The beach at Sapphire Shore is the kind of place you see on postcards. Wide, white sand, water so blue it doesn't look real. It's a place of vacation, of escape. But on the morning of July 5, 2018, that illusion shattered. The sun had just begun to rise, painting the sky in soft pinks and oranges, when an early morning jogger saw something that didn't belong. A single, lonely beach chair was sitting just beyond the tide line. A colorful towel was laid out beside it, fluttering in the salt breeze. A half-finished book, a bottle of sunscreen, a pair of sunglasses. A perfect snapshot of a day at the beach, frozen in time. The only thing missing was the person who owned it all. Her name was Chloe Benson. And by the time the sun fully cleared the horizon, she was already a ghost. Just hours before, on the night of the 4th of July, this same spot was alive with energy. The air was warm, filled with the smell of salt and barbecue. Families and friends crowded the sand, their faces lit by the sporadic flash of illegal fireworks and the glow of smartphone screens. Chloe was there with her best friend, Maya. They'd staked out their patch of sand early, two young women laughing, taking pictures, soaking in the freedom of summer. As the official fireworks display began, exploding in great, colorful blooms over the water, the crowd erupted in a unified ooh and ah. But if you could pause that moment and look not at the sky but into the crowd, you would see him. A man. He wasn't watching the fireworks. He was standing slightly apart, near the boardwalk stairs, his gaze fixed on Chloe. He was unremarkable, a dark baseball cap, a jacket despite the warm night. But his expression was what would later haunt investigators. He was smiling. A small, calm, knowing smile. When the grand finale ended and the crowd began to disperse in a chaotic, happy mess, Chloe told Maya she was going to pack up their spot while Maya went to use the restroom. "I'll meet you at the car," she said. Those were the last words anyone would ever hear her say. Maya waited at the car for 20 minutes, then 30. She called Chloe's phone. It went straight to voicemail. Annoyance turned to worry, and worry curdled into a cold, sharp fear. She called the police. The police arrived with flashlights, their beams cutting through the now empty darkness. They found the chair, the towel, Chloe's purse with her wallet and phone still inside. It made no sense. There was no sign of a struggle, no screams heard over the residual noise of the departing crowd. The initial theory was that she might have gone for a spontaneous swim, but the water was calm and the lifeguards had reported no incidents. As days turned into weeks, the case grew cold. There were no witnesses, no body, no leads. It was as if the ocean had simply reached up and plucked her from the sand. But the lead detective, a man named Miller, was stubborn. He became obsessed with the periphery. If the answer wasn't in the sand, he reasoned, it was in the digital footprint of the night. His team launched a massive operation, collecting every shred of footage from every traffic camera, ATM, and business security system within a 2-mile radius of Sapphire Shore. 4 days they sifted through terabytes of useless video. And then they found him. A ghost. In grainy black and white footage from a gas station a half-mile from the beach, timestamped 10:08 p.m., a man in a baseball cap walks calmly past. At a convenience store down the road, caught at 10:14 p.m., the same man buys a bottle of water, keeping his head down. But the break came from the lobby camera of the Sea Breeze Motel. At 10:22 p.m., the man walks through the automatic doors. For a split second he looks up directly into the lens. And there it is. That same calm, unnerving smile. They had a face. They ran it through every database they had. His name was Arthur Phelps. And he was a quiet, unassuming accountant who lived in a tidy suburban house just 20 minutes inland. He was a ghost with a name and an address. Detective Miller's team moved quickly. They obtained a warrant for Arthur Phelps's home and his white van. What they found inside the van was a forensic technician's nightmare and a detective's breakthrough. Meticulously cleaned, yes. But in the seams of the cargo area, under the flooring, they found traces of sand unique to Sapphire Shore. And one single long blonde hair that was a DNA match for Chloe Benson. When they brought Arthur Phelps in for questioning, he was polite, calm. He didn't ask for a lawyer. He simply smiled that faint, knowing smile. He admitted he was at the beach that night. "I like the atmosphere," he said. He claimed he knew nothing about Chloe Benson. But the police had one more card to play. In his home, in a locked drawer in his office, they found a small, external hard drive. On it were hundreds of photographs. Not of Chloe, but of other young women at beaches, parks, and malls, all taken from a distance, all unaware they were being photographed. It was a collection, a trophy case, and the dates and locations corresponded with at least 3 other unsolved missing persons cases from the past 5 years along the coast. Arthur Phelps wasn't just a suspect in one disappearance. He was a predator who had been hunting in plain sight for years, using the chaos of public celebrations as his cover. Arthur Phelps was charged with the abduction and murder of Chloe Benson, despite her body never being found. The evidence was circumstantial but overwhelming. Facing a trial and the testimony from the other cases, he ultimately accepted a plea deal, leading investigators to a shallow grave in a state forest 50 miles away. He never explained his motives. He never showed an ounce of remorse. The official story had an ending. Justice of a sort was served. But for those who knew the case, the true horror of Sapphire Shore lingers. It's the horror of the mundane, the evil that wears an ordinary face. It's the reminder that sometimes the most dangerous monsters don't hide in the shadows. They stand right beside you in the crowd, smiling calmly at the fireworks, while they single out their next victim. And long after the music has faded and the crowds have gone home, they simply disappear into the night. If you survived this story, prove it. Hit the like button and comment how you feel. Don't forget to subscribe to help us keep creating trembling stories for you.